Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is make sure you have enough tail. But we're going to do this a different way. So you're going to wrap the ribbon around your index and middle finger twice. This is going to be a much easier method. So today I am showing you a much easier method on how to make your candy apple bows and your treat bows. So you're going to make sure you have enough tail, and you're going to take this ribbon and you're going to wrap it around twice around your index and your middle finger. So let's go. 1 and 2. So when you go 2, you tuck the ribbon in between until it reaches on the other side. You can pull it out. I'm just straightening out my bow or my ribbon. Right now I'm just straightening out my ribbon. It's not a bow yet. So you take that part and you flap it over, and then you're going to take this ribbon right here and you're going to tuck it under the flap. And then you pull up, pull down, and you have your bow. So this method is probably much easier for you to make if you're having issues making the bows the original way. So you do the same thing. You just cut your tails on the back. Now I'm sitting here, I'm so heavy-handed. I didn't mean to cut the bow, but I'm so heavy-handed. I don't know, I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. So now I want to come back here and burn my tips. You can get a lighter and burn your tips. After you have burnt your tips, you can press down with the scissors, or you can squeeze them. So this is your bow. You still want to fluff it out here. Okay, so fluff out your bow. They pretty much look the same. And there's your bow. Okay. So we're going to do another one, and I'm going to go really, really slow. You just make sure you have enough tail hanging down. And you're going to wrap the ribbon around twice around your index and your middle finger. So we haven't started yet. Just in case someone is going along. Okay, make sure you have enough tail. Then you're going to wrap twice. 1 and 2. So when you're on your second wrap, you want to tuck it in between your index and your middle finger. So I am just tucking this ribbon in between my index and middle finger. If it doesn't come out, you just pull it out. And then you flap it over. So once you flap it over, you're going to take this ribbon and tuck underneath the flap. Don't go over the flap, go underneath. Underneath. Pull up, pull down. And there's your bow. Okay. You want to cut your tails. Wait, this is not tight enough. So when you go underneath, you're going to pull up, and then you're going to pull down, and then you're going to secure this. You may need to use your thumb to hold it in the middle. Go up, go down, up, and down. Just want to make sure that's tight. Okay. I am going to cut my tails. Okay, once you cut your tails, you want to burn your tips. So let's go ahead and do that. So you just burn your tip. Then you press down. I don't like using my fingers. Sometimes they burn the tips. So you just press down with the scissors. And then you take your bow and you fluff out your bow. So if you want to know which bow I like better, this is easier, but I prefer the original method that I do on my videos. And if you want to add bling, I will put the link down below on how to add bling to your bows, because I do that quite often as well. So you can add some bling. And there's your cute little bow. Okay, so make sure you have enough tail, and you're just going to wrap around twice. So 1 and 2. So when you get to 2, you just tuck in between your index and your middle finger. It doesn't matter what angle you see. All you're doing is stuffing this in between your index and your middle finger until it reaches the other side. If it doesn't, you just pull it out. Okay? I'm just tightening up my ribbon. It's about to fall off my fingers. Okay, so you take this ribbon and you just flap it around, and you tuck this part underneath the flap that sits on the right side. I'm just pushing this down so it won't fall off my fingers. Pull up, pull down, and there's your bow. I'm going to tighten this some more. Pull up, pull down. Okay. And I usually wait and fluff mine at the end. So go ahead and cut your tails. I feel like I'm Martha Stewart. You know, Martha Stewart loves to cook and arts and crafts. feel like I'm Martha Stewart. Okay, so burn your tips here. Okay, so you just press down with the scissors, or you can squeeze it, and you just come up here and you just fluff out your bow, and there's your bow. Okay, so you take your ribbon, make sure you have enough tail. You're going to wrap around your index and your middle finger twice. Once you do that, you're going to tuck the ribbon in between your index and your middle finger. Then you're going to pull it out, flap it over, tuck up under the flap, pull up, pull down to secure your bow. So this is what we're going to do. Wrap it around our fingers. 1 and 2. So when you go to 2, you take this and you tuck it in between your index and your middle finger. And you just stuff it, stuff it, stuff it until it reaches the other side. If it doesn't, you can just pull it out. Okay, you pull it out, then you flap over to form your bow. You take this, turn your hand over. You're going to take this and tuck up under the flap. So you tuck up under the flap that sits on the right side, not over, but under. You're going to pull up, and then you're going to pull down to form your bow. So pull up, pull down to form your bow. You can fluff it out if you want. I usually just like to wait until the end to fluff my bows out. But you can fluff it out if you want. It's up to you. There's no right or wrong way on when to do that. You cut your tails. And then you burn your tips. And then you just squeeze your tips together. Or you can press down. And here's your bow. Make sure you have enough tail. Wrap around twice. 1 and 2. Then I'm going to tuck. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Stuff, stuff, stuff. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Until it reaches the other side. You're going to pull it out. You're going to flap. Just straightening out my ribbon here. It's about to fall off. So you take that and you flap over. And then you take this ribbon and you tuck under this little flap. Don't tuck over, tuck under the flap. So go underneath the flap. Not over, but underneath. Pull up, pull down, and there's your bow. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching my channel. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell to keep updated with me and all of my videos on the weekends. Have a great weekend.